classified as the smallest and weakest kind of tornado, but nonetheless a tornado, and it did do some localized damage. By the way, the scale is now called the EF scale. We used to have the F scale, named after Fujita, a Japanese meteorologist who spent his whole adult life doing research on tornadoes, made a tremendous contribution to the profession. But now it's been enhanced as we've done a little more research. So this was the smallest type of a tornado, but still 65 to 85 mile per hour winds. Of course, the more intense tornadoes have obviously much, much stronger winds, and those are the ones that usually do the major damage. All right, we go from that to right now in Boston, 55 degrees, breeze off the water, so it's cool in town, it's cool in all the coastal areas, as I'll show you in a moment. 16 mile per hour wind makes that 55 degrees feel just a little bit cooler. Kind of a blend of sun and clouds overall. A lot of sun for a good chunk of the day along the coast. What happens in a situation like this is we have the breeze off the ocean, keeps it cooler along the coast, but it keeps the air more settled. When you get farther inland, the air above us is a little bit chilly, so the ground heats up from the sun, gets a little unstable, and those puffy clouds form. Sometimes those fair weather clouds can become unfair, and that could be what happens tomorrow. More about that in just a moment. Notice the ocean water temperature is still cool, so Beverly's cool, Plymouth's cool, and Boston is cool, while it's 65 in Fitchburg. And we go to the north, similar story. Portsmouth is 56, while Manchester, New Hampshire is 66. And of course, you'd expect it as well. Down on the Cape and the islands, it's also cooler there, holding in the 50s, though Falmouth is 59, and then it's 60 or a little bit above over the interior. So where do we go from here? Well, we're actually missing a little system right now. We get a little bit of cloudiness in the southern part of our area from a system that's slipping out to sea south of us, taking its showers with us. But for tomorrow afternoon, there's a little disturbance at high levels of the atmosphere that's going to come across the region. Right now, it's out across the Midwest. And as it does so, it's going to create that chilly air above us as the sun tries to heat the ground. So that will give us the chance of some developing showers. Now, it's possible there could be one or two even tomorrow morning, down maybe around Taunton, but I really think it's going to be tomorrow afternoon that they'll become more numerous, especially away from the coastline. The coastline should have the fewest showers because of that cooling ocean wind, not allowing those storms to develop. And by the way, because it's so chilly above, one or two of these showers could even have some small hail, but they'll be isolated over the interior. All right, let's check the details of the forecast. Here we go, starting with tonight. Partly cloudy, kind of a cool night. Now, if the skies stay mainly clear in some interior sections, you could get close to a little touch of frost in a few spots. Boston will be in the 40s. And tomorrow, that mixture of sun and clouds, but during the afternoon, clouds winning out, especially inland. Few showers scattered around, maybe a bit of small hail in a few isolated locations. 56 to 64, coolest along the coast. Wednesday looks like a nice day, featuring a lot of sunshine, topping out around 70, but still cooler.
Hitting western Mass over the weekend, the National Weather Service says a weak tornado moved through the town of Sutherland Sunday night. Gusty winds ranging from 60 to 70 miles per hour, leaving behind a lot of damage there. The storm downing trees and power lines. It also knocked a barn right off its foundation and into the road. The National Weather Service says the tornado left a path of damage a little more than a half-mile long and more than 100 feet wide. And in Woburn, a very close call for a family. A man was outside grilling just seconds before a tree comes crashing down. 7's Steve Cooper has the story.
Look at this. I'm still shaking, like I said.
Mike Amoroso feels pretty lucky to be alive. 1 minute he's cooking in his backyard. The next second could have been killed.
Pouring rain came and just a windstorm, and like I said, I mean, I walked into the house with the steak cooked, and boom, I was 30 seconds, me and my dog, from being crushed.
Wind in Woburn brought down this tree, taking out the outdoor furniture where Amoroso is just sitting, and the new car he just bought for his son.
You can see the devastation there, and here's what it did to the car.
Nearly 6 years ago, Amoroso was also on 7 News for a fallen tree. This one crashing through his neighbor's house, nearly killing a child in the middle of the night. He says the trees are old and top-heavy, but they're expensive to remove, and he's worried this won't be the last one to come down.
That tree is dead, and that tree is probably ready to come on my house.
The good news, Amoroso now has plenty of new firewood for his outdoor fire pit. But who knows how relaxed he'll be the next time he decides to fire up the barbecue.
I still don't know what to make of it. Pretty lucky that I wasn't hurt or killed.
Amoroso says he does have insurance to cover the damage done to his house, but he doesn't have insurance on that car.